result of the life of the devotees. He steals the mind of the Cupid and punishes the travelers.
This pure holy means of the Lord Maria, full of sweet nectarian pastime. Krishna, the Lord of the 12 forest of Braja, is very full and is the best of lovers. He is always playing on a flute and he is an excellent listener.
Krishna is the protector of the inhabitants of Braja, the destroyer of various demonic. Krishna is the keeper and tender of Nanda Maharaj cows, the giver of pleasure to the cows, land, spiritual sense, the husband of the daughters of affection, the butter thief and the beautiful cow boy of Nanda Maharaj.
Krishna wandered along the banks of the river Yamuna. He stole the garments of the young damsels of Braja who were bathing there. He delights in the mellow of the Rasa dance. He is very merciful, the lover of Sri Radharani, the great dancer of Vrindavan, and the shelter and only refuge of Thakur Bhakti.
There is the Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayam Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nattam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances under the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Naranarayana Rishi, the Subhamashima being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. The regular attendance on the classes in Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. Having transcendental service under the glorious Lord, who is praised by transcendental loving song, is established as an irrevocable fact. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Text 29, Chapter 29, Text 66. Mana eva मनुष्यास्य पूर्वरूपाणि संशति भविष्यतश्च भद्रं ते तथैव न भविष्यतः। मन एव मनुष्यस्य पूर्वरूपाणि संशति भविष्यतश्च भद्रं ते तथैव न भविष्यतः। मन एव मनुष्यस्य पूर्वरूपाणि संशति भविष्यतश्च भद्रं ते तथैव न भविष्यतः। It's going live, is it? It's already live? Life, huh? Manaha, the mind, eva, certainly, manusyasya, of a man, purva, past, rupani, form, shamshati, indicates, bhavishyataha, of one who will take birth, cha, also, Badram, good fortune, te, unto you, tata, thus, eva, certainly, na, not, bhavishyataha, of one who will take birth. Translation, O king, all good fortune unto you. The mind is the cause of the living entities attaining a certain type of body in accordance with its association with material nature. According to one's mental composition, one can understand that the living entity was in his past life as well as what kind of body he will have in his future. Thus, the mind indicates the past and the future bodies. Please respond. O king, all good fortune unto you. The mind is the cause of the living entities attaining a certain type of body in accordance with his association with material nature. According to one's mental composition, one can understand what the living entity was in his past life and what kind of body will have in the future. Thus the mind indicates the past and future bodies. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The mind is the index of information about one's past and future lives. If a man is a devotee of the Lord, he cultivated devotional service in previous life. If you have been a devotee, in past life you also had been a devotee. Yes? Similarly, if one's mind is criminal, he was criminal in the past life, in his last life. Okay? In the same way, according to the mind, we can understand what will happen in future life. In the Bhagavad Gita 14:18 it is says, Urdvam gachanti sattvasta madhye tistanti rajasaha jahanya guna vrittista adoho gachanti tamashaha. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upwards to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on earthly planets, and those in the mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. If a person is in the mode of goodness, his mental activities will promote him to a higher planetary system. Similarly, if he is a low mentality, his future life will be most abominable. The lives of the living entity in both past and future are indicated by the mental condition. Narada Muni is herein offering the king blessings of all good fortune so that the king will not desire anything or make plans for sense gratification. The king was engaged in fruitive ritualistic ceremonies because he had hoped to get a better life in the future. Narada Muni desired him to give up all mental concoction as explained before. All bodies in the heavenly planet and hellish planet arise from mental concoction, and the sufferings and enjoyment of material life were simply on the mental platform. They take place on the chariot of the mind, Manoratha. It is therefore said, Yasyasti bhagavati, Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana, sarve guna tatra samasta suraha. Manorat harav abhaktasya kutot mahat guna, manoratina asati davato bahi. One who has unflinching devotion for the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of the demigods. But one who is not a devotee of the Lord has only material qualifications that are of little value. This is because his hovering on the mental plane is certain to be attracted by the glaring material energy. Unless one becomes the devotee of the Lord or becomes fully Krishna conscious, he will certainly hover on mental platform and be promoted and degraded in different types of bodies. All qualities that are considered good according to the material estimation actually have no value because the so-called good qualities will not save a person from the cycle of birth and death. The conclusion is that one should be without mental desire. Anya vilasita sunyam jnana karmari anavratam. One should be fully free from material desires, philosophical speculation and fruitive activity. The best cause for human being is to favorably accept the transcendental devotional service to the Lord, and that is the highest perfection of human life. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gnanam Gna Shalaka Chakshvasan Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satvitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Didati Svabadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uda Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sikajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Saji Shadvitam Shavadutam Parjanam Zaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Vadam Sahagana Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shavanu Shuta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpataro Vyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashali Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare So I like to thank all of you coming on board, joining us on this Saturday Bhagavatam class. Thank you for your participation. So, Narada Muni is giving his ultimate, what we say, experience, his absolute knowledge on this transmigration of the soul. And the primary agent for the transmigration of the soul is the so the mind is the instrument that is used to take us from one body to another body. There you go. So the culprit is our and how does the mind get implicated? By the association with the modes of material nature. Very simple program. Yes? Why we are sitting in this body? No reason. Some mistake. They say mistakenly you took birth. One lady was saying because what they use for contraception? What is that thing? What is it called? They sell, what is that? Condom, yeah, that's right. A puncture in the condom, that's why you took birth. You understand this? How kind of nonsense the whole thing is? They just don't want to take responsibility. All kind of ideas about modern so-called civilization. They're demons. They say this whole program is working out on one ingredient. What is that? What is the ingredient that is the whole thing is working out with? What is that? Lust. This is the only, where that Bhagavad Gita, 16 what? 8. There is no God, no nothing, everything is working out of lust. What is that? 16 what? 16, 7, 8?
8.
8, huh? So you see here, this is how a person who is demonic, dukkam iti eva yat karma, kalaya, huh?
8.
Oh. Sixteen eight, huh? What we are going with? Going somewhere else. Asatyam apratistaham te jagat ahur aniswaraham aparaspara sambhutam kemanyat kama haitukam say this verse? Can you give me some tissue paper? So here, they say that this world is unreal. With no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. No other cause than Kama Haitukam. By lust, everything is working. What do you think this is a what? Sound, logical explanation? Huh?
The Freud philosophy.
Huh?
Sigmund Freud, the philosopher Sigmund Freud, he told it.
3.5.
The psychologist Freud, F-R-E-D,
Oh, what is that?
same thing I said, nothing but sense, but lust, nothing but sex desire.
So how do you counter this? Huh? How do you say this is bogus philosophy? What do you say? He's saying everything is coming from lust. There's no controller, there's no foundation, there's no God in control. Everything is from lust. How do you counter this? All Pandits sitting here. Huh? What all the Pandits say? Huh? What do you think? How to counter this argument that everything is coming from lust? Yes, correct. You are agreeing with this statement because three modes produce lust only, no? So you're just saying one more thing, that the three modes are producing lust. Yes. So you agree, yes, everything is coming from lust. Huh? Yes? No God. So how you counter this? Huh?
There's a control, Nitya Nityam, Chetana Chetana, there's always a controller who's supposed to.
Krishna is the controller.
There's always a controller, there's always somebody who's controlling.
Very simple.
Nature.
Madhyakshane pakirti susajate characharanam. Hetunena kaunteya jagat 9-10. So here you see, Krishna is saying, Krishna is saying here, what is saying here? Madhyakshana, Maya Ajekshana. This word, Maya means my, Ajekshana means control. You understand this word? Prakriti means who? Material nature is three modes of material nature. Suyate sa chara acharam. From it, who is producing this thing? Suyate sa chara acharam. All this moving and non-moving thing is coming from where? The bodies are coming from where? From where the body is coming? Sharidadham. Where all these bodies coming from? From the three modes of 8.4 million species. Correct? Hetunena kauntaya jagat viparivartate. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. Osana Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. You understand? You see this point? Under whose control? It's now the sloka say what? No controller. No? Correct? But another thing you must understand, that to get the bodies going, you need another energy of God. Yeah? What is that? What is that? 7, I think it's 8. Bhagavad Gita, is it? What is that verse? Krishna is saying that he puts all the soul into this body. He puts all his soul in the body. Because of the presence of the soul, no. Yeah. Somewhere in the 7th chapter. Yeah? Prabhupada quotes that many times, you know. Yeah, 7.5. 7.5. So in this verse, you see this verse here, is always quoted by Srila Prabhupada, this verse. Aparyayitastwanyam prakriti vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabhavo yeyedam dharyate jagat. This verse actually Besides this, a mighty arm Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entity who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. So in other words, because of the soul being put into the body, yes? You follow this point? Material nature is inert by itself, it cannot move unless the spirit soul is, you follow? So they say there is no foundation, there is no God, there is no controller, everything from lust. Yes, lust is the cause, but who is causing the lust? The soul has to be inside the body, is it not? So the soul is trapped in this body and is attracted to Maya. There's another thing. The soul is trapped inside the body and is attracted to Maya. See, this is what he wants, you know. This is what he wants. Utpattaiva, this word is used many times. Utpattaiva means what? Neglecting, is it? Utpattaiva eva, simply by birth. Simply by birth, you see this very important word. Utpattaiva he kameshu. By birth he is already attracted to lust. By birth he is attracted to praneshu swa janeshu cha ashakta manaso artya atmano nartha hetusu. Is this? Simply by birth, simply by material birth, human beings become attached within their mind to what? Personal sense gratification. Kameshu, correct? A long duration of life, because to enjoy they want long life. Yes? And now they are getting short life, they are very frightened. They are taking all kinds of vaccination. Yes? Sense activities, bodily strength, sexual potency, friends, family, their minds thus absorbed in that which defeats their actual self-interest. So the living entity is entrapped in the body. To get it going, he gets desires, and the desires automatically come with him when he takes birth. So this is exactly what Narada Muni is saying today. The mind, because of its previous connection, whatever karma he did in past life, he carries over to this life. He said that in that verse, correct? Do you know? What is the verse? 429. What you did in your last life, you will 429? He said in the previous verse. 429? 64. 429? Is it there? Come on, what are you doing? Hello? Are you reading the book? So here Narada Muni says that what you did in your past life, you will carry that on to your next life. Huh? Huh?
65.
58. What are you doing here? Just find a verse also you cannot do. I don't know what you're reading this book. See that is very clearly is saying this verse, right? Is that? Karmani arabhyate yena puman iha vihayatam amutra. Next life. Anyena dehena justani sayat ashnute. See? The results of whatever a living entity does in this life are enjoyed in the next life. The statement. What you are doing now will carry you to the next life. So today's verse, whatever you did last life, just by looking at your activities, you can understand that what he did in previous life. You understand? Yes? If you, as Prabhupada gave the example, if you had been a devotee, that means last life you had been a... And if, as Prabhupada said, if you have been a criminal, then last life you had... Yes or no? If someone is hanged, murderers are hanged. In last life he escaped, this life he is paying for it. You follow? You follow this? So our mental position is very crucial. Whatever we are doing, it is going to carry us to the... It is not some joke, you know. It is a fact. What you are sitting here and doing, of course you have done in last life, that's why it is carrying on this life. Yes? And if you want to keep carrying on to next life, that is foolish. Yes? Foolish. That means you want to prolong your material life. Correct? And that all comes from sense gratification. And when you engage in sense gratification, just now we read Kameshu, correct? Then what happens? Krishna says you do that in the Bhagavad Gita, you cannot become devotee, correct? Where he said that? Huh? Don't know. Come on. Don't want to know. No need to know. What? Not required, Prabhu. These verses all are not required. Someone said, in Bhagavad Gita you just have to learn 2-3 verses, Prabhu, that's all. You don't need to learn all this too many complicated. Huh? What? 244. Bhagavad Gita, Bhogeshwara Prashaktanam Tayapraharta Shetasha Vyavatsmika Buddhi Samadha Na Vidyate. If you engage in this Bhoga and Aishwarya, then you cannot get this resolute determination of devotional service. Correct? Yes. And one who tries to enjoy Krishna says, if you try to enjoy without the direction of the scriptures, you are going to get completely what? Bewildered. And you will do sinful work. And you will fall down to hellish conditions. So mind, if you engage the mind in sense gratification, as we said this now, when you are born, you are already attracted to all this. Then if you go with Maya, what will happen? You won't get devotional service. Correct? Huh? You will be in a confused state of mind. You don't know what to do, what not to do. That's also explained in the Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter just now. What to do, what not to do. They will do something which will destroy the whole world, your whole life, everything will be gone. You understand? Because that's the process of Maya. When you embrace Maya, you lose all your good qualities and you absorb all the bad qualities. You understand? Where is this status? I have quoted this so many times. Maybe I think you will not know. Anyway, it is here. What? 11? No. No. Man, this verse been quoted so many times, how you don't know? The illusory material nature attracts the minute living entity to embrace her. Just now we read, no? Maya is what? Is already born in attracting to, correct? Yes. And when he embraces her, as a result he assumes forms composed of her qualities. Now you see that? What happens? The mind gets completely what? Stopped. Finish. And then subsequently he loses all his spiritual qualities and must undergo repeated death. Occurs like this, because many other places also, how Maya is. It is in 5, 12, 13, 5, 12, 13 I think. When you, like some low class couples, they having sex life, as a result they lose all their. So when you go in with your mind to enjoy Maya, it's going to be disastrous effect. Understand? So when you enjoy Maya, Prahlad Maharaj also said, so many people said, the whole Bhagavatam is saying this thing. You go to the darkest region of, where there was Prahlad Maharaj? Huh? 755. Andam. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying this, you see that? Of course, not this verse. Chewing the tooth. 7:5:30. 7:5:30. So you see, when you enjoy the senses, this is what happens. Matirna Krishna, Prahlad is saying, Matirna Krishna parataha svatova mito vipaccheta grahavartanam andanda gobi vishatam tamishnam. Andanda gopi means what? Senses. Andanta Gopi means enjoying the senses indiscriminately. Vishata means going. Tamishra means where? Tama means what? Very dark place. Where? Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is very dark. Where is this place? Yes. And punas charita charavananam, chewing the same again and again and again. See? Prahlad Maharaj replied, because of the uncontrolled senses, person too addicted to materialistic life make progress towards hellish condition, repeatedly chew that which has already been chewed. I mean, sense gratification, what it is? Huh? Same thing, eating, mating, sleeping, depending. Anything different? There's some other thing there. What is it? It's the same thing. What is that? Eating, sleeping, mating, depending. They are trying to squeeze out the juice, they're chewing the juice. Prabhupada give the example of in India, you buy the sugar cane, the guy, he goes through many times, it becomes fiber, And then the cow is coming and chewing some more. Nothing there. You understand? That's how it is, material life. They're trying to squeeze all the flesh out of it. So anyone who goes in that kind of a category, he goes to the what? Darkest region. Alright, Prabhu, I'll bring my torchlight. You can bring a torchlight to hell? Can? That's stupidity. Yes. Yes or not? Yeah. He's going to the Prahlad Maharaj said, who else says you are going to the darkest region? Yeah? Who else? Tell me. Only Prahlad Prabhu, he is not very intelligent. Huh? Who else? Come on. So here, in this verse you can see, is also spoken here, it's at this point. Samsara kupe patitam. Very easy to understand. What is this samsara? Repeated birth and death. Kupe means what? Some hole, right? Well. Patitam means what? What? Samsara kupe patitam. That means he is into the cycle of birth and Vishaya mushikte ikchanam. Vishaya means enjoying the sense. Mushi te ikchanam grastam kala ahina atmanam konyas tatram adisvaraha. Mushi means stolen. Mushita means stolen away. Ikshanam vision. That? The intelligence of the living entity is stolen away by activities of sense gratification. And thus he falls into the dark well of material existence. Just now, andam, vishatam, tameshram. Yes? Yes or not? Huh? And here, this is Pingala speaking. Who is Pingala? Who is Pingala? Your friend. Who is this Pingala? Who? You don't know her. You better not know her. She is a prostitute in the Bhagavatam. Of course you should know her. Why not? Because she became a devotee. Understand? Right? And thus she falls into the dark well of material existence. Within that dark well, he is then seized by the deadly serpent of time. Who else but the Supreme Personality could save the poor living entity from such a hopeless condition? Now the solution. Now the solution. You've fallen in. You will fall in. You will definitely. Anyway, we are in that condition. Yes. So in this deplorable condition, the only thing that can save us is who? There is no other way to this problem. You can try and try. Other than reaching out to Krishna, there is no, that's what? No solution. There is no, understand? Krishna said, this cycle of birth and death, you can try anything, it will not work. You cannot escape. You cannot? There is no way. Eh? You know that? He said in 3:25, 41. You cannot go and try any method to escape the cycle of. But if you surrender to me, I will take you across safely. What? That's why Krishna said, you just surrender to me, I will do everything. Correct? Do not fear. Yes? Sarva dharma parityaja mamekam saranam vya. Don't worry, I'll take you. Don't fear. So the same thing is said here. We have fallen into this dark well. The only way to come out is to take shelter of the Supreme Personality. Amazing thing, you see. It's again confirmed by Prahlad Maharaj. Krishna said, don't fear, I will do it. You see here in this verse. Ajokchaja alambanam ihasu subha atmanaha saririna samsriti chakra satanam. I explained this verse the last time, right? Samsriti chakra satanam. Saririna means the body. Samsriti means what? Caught in the cycle of what? Chakra means what? Cycle. Tat Brahma nirvanam shukam vidur buddhas tato bhajatvam hridaye hrit ishwaram. See this very important verse. You see that? The real problem of life is the repetition of birth and death. There is no other problem. It is not that we have food problem or this problem. No. The real problem is Yesai today was, you see him, you know what he did. Now he is doing this, you know what will happen. This is what? Cycle of what? But it. Yes. And which is like a wheel rolling repeatedly up and down. This is chakra means what? it is going up and down, this wheel. Why is up and down? What is this up and down? Sometimes you are up, sometimes you are down. What is this going up and down? Sometimes you are promoted to heavenly planet, sometimes you are going to the hellish planet, and sometimes you come here. In this way you are going up and going down, going up and going down for millions and millions of years. Yes? This wheel, however, is very important. This wheel, however, completely stops. You see the word? This wheel will only completely stop when one is in touch with the personality of God. If you come in contact with Krishna, then this wheel is what? Only by coming in contact with Krishna, this wheel will never stop if you try any other process. It is not possible. It is not? It is not possible. You try to take shelter of your science or your security or your money or your this or that or anything you do. It's useless. It is? What? Shramam eva? It is simply shramam. Useless labor. It's what? So you make up your mind. Do you think you want to escape the cycle of birth and death? No. No, Prabhu, I want to stay here and deliver everybody. What? What do you want to deliver? Think. Our idea is to get out of this mess, yes? So this wheel, once he come in contact with Krishna, and how does he come in contact with Krishna? By opening this big mouth and saying what? That's it. That's it. That's it. Even once, that's it. Even once, that's it. That means he comes already in contact. You understand? You see how powerful this program is. If you just come in contact, just says, when one is in touch with the Supreme Personality of, in other words, by the transcendental bliss realized from constant engagement in devotional service, one is completely liberated from material existence. All learned men know this. Therefore, my dear friends, O sons of the Asuras, immediately begin meditating upon and worshipping the Super Soul within everyone. Another important point, it is not that you have to go and find the Lord to come in contact. The Lord is already there in your heart. Where is He sitting? In your own very heart. Where? So you have to what? Re-establish that contact. Correct? And of course, to re-establish the contact, you need the connection with the pure devotee. That otherwise it's difficult. You understand? That switch, opening switch, is handled by the Lord also, internally as the Super Soul, externally as the... You understand this point? That's why we are sitting here. Why are we sitting here? Because we didn't activate that switch. we thought we are too smart, we can go direct to Krishna. So the switch is what? Then again have to come back. This time you are going to get connected or not? Don't want. No, Prabhu, I will continue my switch. This is the, if you don't want to connect, then what? then again, yes, yeah, you can go to heaven, enjoy yourself and come back again. Hopefully you take birth in a what? Huh? A very rich family or what? Some high Brahminical family, right? Again you are given another chance. So if a person has taken birth like that, that means you know he has fallen down from his spiritual path. Correct? Yes? So we all are sitting here. We have done some crazy things. Yes? And we are sitting here. This is what? Repeated birth and death, no? No, you came avatar to deliver. You came down to deliver somebody, is it? What? Think. We all made this crazy mistake. Yes? So therefore, we should be determined that I am going to stop this cycle of. You understand? A determination must. So we have to be very serious about this. Otherwise, no problem. Krishna can wait for another more millions of years. There is no loss for him. Yes? Whether we want to do or not. It's only our what? Choice. That's independent. Whether you want or you don't want. That's your choice. That Krishna has given that you do. Do as you please. And then he said, if you don't listen to me, you good luck to you. Yes? So you think again, how this thing, the mind, of course we have explained at length so many times how the mind is going here, going there. But today we have put a different angle. That how we are moving again and again. That's why the mind is so powerful, you know. The mind is among difficult things to control. I am the, Krishna said, among difficult things to control, I am the. Why it is difficult? Because you cannot control it. The only way we can control the mind is to engage it in the service of. Because the mind belongs to who? To Krishna. It's not our mind, our intelligence and our ego. It's all coming from where? Just like the five elements, earth, water, fire, it's in your hand, you created it. Huh? Whose element, Krishna said? Huh? This is mind? Huh? External energy. My energy, yes? So in order to get the energy of Krishna, to be using it, only way is to engage in Krishna's service. That's why we recommend, you come, you associate, you take devotee association, because you cannot otherwise make it. If you don't have, if you don't take devotional as a devotee association, that's impossible to control the mind. That's not possible. You cannot also try to live above the devotees, away from it. It's not going to work. Devotees association, like-minded devotees association is very crucial to control the mind and to propel it to a direction where the whole program of sense and gratification is finished. Yes, so Narada gave the example, you know. You get one kind of a problem by eating too much milk product. And to cure that problem, you have to take another kind of milk product. If I keep drinking many milk thing, I'll get stomach what? So in order to stop that, I must take yogurt. So in other words, because we are doing all this karmic work and we are entangled, we are getting so much of a bad reaction, the only solution is to work now for Krishna. That is the counter. That's why it says here, you take up the thing of offering everything to, then everything is adjusted for you. Everything is what? But you try to be independent, you try to use the mind for sense gratification, then it's going to be very disastrous. Very? That's why Krishna said, whatever you do, whatever you give away, everything you do, you? What is it? Even in the second chapter, he also said, by doing activities to me, you get rid of good and bad reactions. Ah. 240? Durena ya avaram karma buddhiyoga dhananjaya buddhav sharanam anvichya kripana palahetava. No, not this verse. I think it's 50. A man engaged in devotional service rid himself of both good and bad reaction, even in this life. Therefore strive for yoga, bhakti yoga, which is the art of all work. See that? Of course, the other words, I'm sure you know, where you quote this often. Huh? And this verse, see that? Subha, Asubha, Pala, Evam, Moksha he karma bandhanaha, Sannyasa yoga yuktatma, Vimuktama upaisyasi. In this way, that means whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give away, austerities you do, all this you do as an offering to me, Krishna said, one verse before this. So in this way, you will be free from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me and this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. This means if you engage in devotional service, you will be freed. You will be if you don't do this, correct? Because there's another verse, 6:1 Vada. Like the fork, when the sun comes, the fork is finished. 6:1, 14. 6:1, 14, 6:1, 13. Aharanam Bhaskaram, was that? Huh? 14? 15. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeve parayanaha agaham dunvati krishnena niharanam eva bhaskaram. Only a rare person who has adopted complete unalloyed devotional service to Krishna can uproot the weeds of sinful action with no possibility that they will revive. He can do this simply by discharging devotional service, just as the sun can immediately dissipate fog by its rays. Because the next verse is very important. Very long. All right, here we are. My dear king, if a sinful person engaged in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord and thus learns how to dedicate his life unto the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. No one cannot be purified merely by undergoing austerity, penance, brahmacharya and other methods that I have previously described. There is no other way but taking shelter of a pure devotee. So therefore, we just have to learn how to do this. Alright, we will stop here then. Is it clear? Is there any questions inside that before we... No question. All right. Is there a question? Okay, thank you very much.